Hello, welcome to the stream today. I'm going to be starting the stream with emergency repair on my shirt. I was about to wear it on the stream, which is why I'm in a singlet, and let's put a button back on. So, this shirt is navy, which means colors with threads that you can use on it are really dark colors, but the button is also brown. So you can choose to a thread that matches the shirt or a thread that matches the button. That's a big trick. If you want to disguise your button threads a little bit more. But I have a gunmetal grey thread. Hard to see, I'll hold it up against the white. It's close enough to the navy shirt that I have. But of the easiest things to sew. You want a really small needle because you need to fit through the small button, as well as when you come into the later stages of the button, of the stitch or pair, you want a smaller needle rather than a really long needle. Okay, I'll hold up this little needle. Don't know if you won't be able to. Oh no, you can see the needle. You can sort of see how long the needle is compared to my pinky. I'll hold it up. Yeah. So it's quite small. It's very small. We'll just stay with that. Spread on it. How much thread? It doesn't really matter how much you go out. Because if you only go out a little bit, then you'll find it a little bit harder to get all of the thread onto your needle, onto your button. But if you go too long, you waste a bit of thread. So you sort of choose between that. I'm going to go with about a meter. A meter is plenty with excess. Bowing. You don't have to match your ends, but it is nice to. One likes to match their ends. You make sure that the needle, so you hold the ends, you hold your needle, you make sure that it's pulled taut, so you make sure your needle is in the middle of the thread. You wrap it around your finger, and then you push it off your finger by sort of rolling it, because it's so thin you can't really grab it, so you sort of just roll it off your finger, and that'll naturally make the thread tails want to curl into the loop that was just on your finger. Hold that tight, and you get a knot. Now position the thread, like if you held your finger here when you tied a knot, or if you held your finger all the way at the end when you tied a knot, position your finger in the same spot and create the knot in the same spot, so that when you pull the knot, that knot knots onto the other knot, so that your knot is thicker. Because the goal of the knot is to create a backstop that does not get pulled through the thread, and it's your starting point of the stitch. If your knot gets pulled through the thread, then some of your stitches can come undone. Once you've done that, 2 to 3 times, you can start. Almost always, when doing a stitch, you start on the inside so that the tail that you made at the bottom of your knot is on the inside of the shirt. And have a look where your previous button was. Normally, the pulling out of a button destroys quite a lot of your shirt hole area. And you need to decide what you need to do about that. Is it damaged enough that you can't put a button over it? That is one big part. Because if it is too damaged, then there is not much point in you putting a button right back there again, because you will be able to pull the button out easier again in the following time that you use it. So what your goal is to have some nice fresh area if need be. So this one looks pretty damaged, so it's a small button, so we only need a small amount of area. This small amount of area here is all damaged. So what you can do is move the button up a little, move the button down a little, move the button in a little, or I'm going to move the button in a little. So we put the needle through the shirt. We put the needle through the shirt but not all the way. Then we grab our button and make sure we're putting our button on the right way up. Then we put the button onto the needle. Button's on the needle now. Then we pull the needle through the rest of the shirt, all the way till our tail, where our knots are, stopped us. Okay, here's the next thing. Look down your shirt. Do your buttons, are your buttons aligned? Like, are they in a direction? Do they go horizontally? Do they go vertically? On this shirt, my buttons go vertically. So you need to make sure, for consistency, that you keep your buttons going vertical. Once you've got your first stitch in, it comes a lot easier from there. The surface area of a stitch that a button takes up is very small, so you need to make sure that you're not spreading your stitch out too far. Basically, the distance that your thread should be, like when you're making your loop that goes over and under and over and under, that maximum distance between the up and the down, that is the under, should be at most the width of the buttonholes. You normally actually want it to be a little bit smaller, because when you go up, you want to angle it up. And when you go down, you want to angle it back in so that you only have a little down. It'll sort of look like a trapezium. That is the goal. When you get a little bit better, you don't really need to, flip your shirt up and down, to look where you're putting your thread, because you get used to where your needle should be coming up out of the shirt. If you flip to the bottom side though, it is advantageous. You can look at your stitch, see if there's any knots in your stitch, or you can see the placement of your previous up so that you can go up it a lot easier. Going up in the wrong spot, because you can see it. when you pull the should feel pretty smooth and pretty clean. If it feels jumpy and clunky, you might be tugging a knot into your stitch. Make sure you're cautious of that. Now, since this is a very small button, as well as it only has 2 holes, you only need to loop around it, say about 8 times. 8 times is quite a lot. Well, it's actually on the small side, but you know, I would once you start seeing, you know, your thread when it comes over the top of the button and it starts making its nice little mound of threads, once you start seeing that mound sort of starting to form into like a curved bobbly shape, it's about done. Because if you look at all your other buttons, they will only have like a little bubble, so a little bubble in the threads, a little curve in the threads. And if they don't have a little curve in the threads, then that means that they have even less stitches in theirs than yours, which means you're definitely done. But most shirts will have a little bubble in the threads. So it's very easy for manufacturers to go and do a button. They can put on a button almost instantly using industrial machines. It's very cool to watch. Totally look into it if you're into sewing, as to how quickly machines can make shirts. Okay, so I'm about done looping up and down. So what you do when you're doing your final loop up and down, you go up. And this time, when you come down, you don't actually go through the shirt. So you push the button to the side and you go through the hole. And now you're not going through the shirt at all. You're going straight through the button, not doing anything, because you're going to the bottom side of the button now. When you come to the bottom side of the button, you grab the thread and you go around the button. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now you've gone round the button. And now you go into the stitch. So when you lift your button up away from the shirt, you will now see a little mound of stitches that you have then tightened just then because you went around it. Now what you want to do is go into that mound. You get the needle and you push it into that mound. And you should end up in the middle of your little bubble of stitches on the bottom side. Pull the needle through. Oh dang. Okay. So. Oh, my thread didn't snap, my needle snapped. Okay. So what we can do here is we go and get a larger needle, because we need a larger needle eye, because our needle snapped, which means we need an eye of a needle that can accept the full width of a thread. Do not snip this thread. All you can do to this thread is clean it up. I mean by cleaning it up is when you see the loop of the thread, is it like super fibrous in and around there? If it is, remove some of the fibers. It'll help you push the thread through the eye of the needle, because you need to pull the whole thread through the eye of the needle right now. So we repeat, we're going through. We're going through the stitch. Okay, now that we're through the stitch, normally we would maybe do that again, but not with 6 loops, maybe just with 1 loop. But since our thread is broken, our needle broke, what we're going to do is tie off the knot now. So, to do that, grab the thread that's attached to your shirt. The needle could be on here if your needle survived. My needle is not on here, but it's fine. Give yourself a little bit of distance. Depends on how confident you are tying knots in thread. Cut it off. Loose thread here. Discard the loose thread. Use it for another project if you want to. Okay, so grab the remaining tail of thread that you had on your shirt and just tie a normal basic knot into it. Same one you do to start off tying off your shoes, the same one you do to tie off almost anything. Everyone uses this knot the most, and you do that twice. Do that knot twice. Make sure you pull it down tight. You don't need to use that much force, it's only thread, but you still need to make sure that you pull it down tight. Now, grab your tail thread from your tail. Because you're doing a button, your tail thread really should not be that far away. Grab 2 of the tail pieces, and so since you have four pieces in total, the 2 that came off yours and the 2 that came off the tail, put 1 of each in each side of your hands, and then tie a knot out of those, and tie those threads together. So what you're doing is tying the start of your stitch to the back of to the bottom of your stitch. We do that also again. Okay. Once you've done that, now you can trim off the tail. Trim it. Give it at least a millimeter of thread. You want at least a little bit, because like this is going to get tugged on. It's going to be a lot of strain on it. So you want to give the knot a little bit of breathing room. If that knot loosens and it pulls a little bit of thread through, and you've cut it all the way at the end, that knot is going to come undone. Whereas if it loosens and it pulls like 1 mil of the thread through, your knot is still there. And now our button here is back on our shirt. Nice and strong. Holds up our shirt. That's all it really needs to do. Okay. what I can recommend when sewing is, if you have weak fingers, use a thimble. I have one around. Thimble, for people of the modern generation, looks like this. You might have seen it as a Monopoly piece. It's called thimble. What it is you put it on your finger. See here, you put it on your finger, it's a metal cap. And when you're pushing a needle, you push with the thimble. It has little dimples all over it. I don't know if you can sort of see too well. It's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna focus on that. But you can sort of see how the light's reflecting off it. It has little dimples all over it. When you have a needle, from a dark shirt, you're not gonna. Oh, you know, when you have a needle will sit inside one of those dimples. You can push the needle through a lot easier because it's not pushing on your finger anymore. It's pushing on the thimble, and the thimble's metal, so it won't hurt you. But you get used to just pushing needles and stuff like that through things. Okay, when you're all done, always make sure you know where your needles are, because you do not want to lose your needles. You do not want your needles to be on the ground, in the carpet, on your desk, where you put your hands, where you put your feet. You don't want needles anywhere near that you didn't know were there. If you know the needle was there, it's a different situation. Okay, so this poor needle died. Okay, what can I recommend with sewing? Thimble, if you're bad. No, wrong. Thimble if you're going through thick material, and a thimble if you're learning to sew. Colors of thread. I suggest having gunmetal grey, what I just used. You can use it on things that are navy and things that are blue. Black. Always make sure to have some black thread. You will use this thread the most. And a good quality black. So you have your cheap black for repairing anything. You have your good quality black for repairing dress pants, suits, anything that is actually good. You need a stronger thread that is smaller, thinner, finer, more shiny. Because we're repairing things like that, it matters. Golden brown. You can use this to repair yellows and browns. It's really good. It's not as yellowy as mustard. It's a lot more brown than that. It's more like beige. Although not necessary, useful when it is needed. Red. Grey. Very useful for when your gunmetal grey is not grey enough for your grey clothing. Or sometimes you find grey threads on white clothing. And the gunmetal grey will look very blue compared to the rest of your other threads on a white shirt. Okay. White thread. You'll use this one a lot as well, because white is a very invisible thread. If you're making a shirt and you can barely see the threads at all, those threads are probably white. Good quality white. And the last but not least, green. Dark green. Most of your colors should be dark, because when, say, a shirt is light green, it'll have dark green threads. Or even if it's dark green, it'll still have dark green threads. Almost all the time, threads are a dark color. So when you're purchasing your threads for your stitches, you want it to be a dark color. Other things I can recommend. Have spare needles. Have spare big needles, have spare little needles. Have spare buttons. Just some simple buttons. Doesn't need to be fancy, because most of the time the buttons that you will be putting onto something that aren't exactly ones that match are the buttons that are like on your pants. Nobody sees those buttons, so it doesn't matter. And let's be real, if you have an incorrect button on your shirt, someone knows that you fixed that, and sometimes they can be impressed by just knowing that you fixed it, because a lot of people do not repair their clothes. Because of clothing waste. There's a lot of clothing waste out there. Okay. Finally ready to go. And start playing kind words. Thank you for the wait. Okay. What we're going to do is start. Let's say some nice things. Oh. They've changed things. Let's view some requests. Hey. Today, in my request, I was talking about something similar to a bug, where letters received didn't appear till sorting them. Oh. Nope. Okay. He has a chronic disease, so things like this happen sometimes. He's being unimaginably rude and mean when he's not in a good shape like this. I know that it's because he's in pain, and I didn't mean it. It's still painful. And didn't mean it, but it's still painful. I haven't got experience in this field. It is best. Oh, is that that's not. Is that not updating? Hello? The game's not upgrading. Hello? Is there a setting that I have to go on? Options. Let's go windowed then. Okay. No, none of that is capturing. Ah, there we go. Cool. Can you share your love story? Which one? Sure. Let's do a little bit of a the fun of love. There are two people I think I like at work. I know you shouldn't really be like, you shouldn't date inside the workplace, but I don't get out much. The only place I get out to is work, so yeah. People I think I like at work. Both are very nice. Great fun. And I really enjoy my time when they are around. One is super active and sprightly. Great laugh, as well as very grateful. I really admire that. The other? There's a lot more hobbies that are alike mine. We match on many levels, and it's awesome to hang with. Working. Okay, so we're going to remove this light here, so to hang out while working with them. Add a sticker. I've almost got all the stickers. Missing 3. Let's go with this one. Send. I can understand autistic burnout. Basically all of 2022, and I can't get it myself. Can't get myself out of it. I barely can make it through the day. I'm so exhausted. I don't even have enough energy to do self-care. Life feels too hard for me, and I'm only 19. Just want to rest and sleep. Burnout is a tough one. It's tough. I have similar difficulties. The largest factor to keep in mind is that the more you more you will want to rest more. After that, it's a nasty downwards spiral. Only way to get back on the bandwagon to start doing things again. It's hard to sometimes start again, but just start small. I am in the same mood. It's hard to every day. Maybe starting with there is good. Find your own limitations and Push yourself hard and burning happens. Phew. Oh, we really need to sneeze. Coffee? I think a coffee goes with this one. Send. Okay. I'm in LDR. I'm not sure what LDR is. With my GF to do. Oh. They're looking for girl and girl things to do. But what I can recommend is not just girl with girl things to do, but like, I don't know. They said they play games, so I can just recommend things like that. I would like doing those sort of things. They definitely seem to be inside people, because Netflix, board games, laptop, stuff like that, they're all inside activities. Ah, long distance relationship, LDR. Okay. So they can't, that's probably why they watch things together on like these sort of stuff. Okay. Ooh, tough one. Just reply. Hi. Congrats on the LDR. Hope it works out great. Things that I like to do with friends that are LDR is to play a Gartic phone. It's great. Read. You can swap / suggest. But sending books in the mail if you both read would be cute. You can also maybe I'll come up here and remove this line so I can get a line back. Books. So we've got books that's done inside, as well as swappable, and they can talk about the book. They already watch movies together on Netflix, so there's no really need to do movie suggestions, because I watch things together. Let's go to a new line. Mostly what I would suggest is don't forget sending what? Send. A lot of people just want to share memes and photos on their phone and send things in the mail. Something from you to them. It's not a meme from your messenger to their messenger. It's you as a person to them as a person. It's a physical item. They don't have to keep that item or maintain that item. But since they received that item from you, it's different. How do I tell someone I used to self-harm? I don't want them to worry or lose trust. That is really a tough question. The largest factor, the relationships situation. If you already have a lot of trust with each other, and sharing such personal information will only strengthen it. Don't be worried about their worry. A good friend should worry and hope that things or to make things better. It might cause some difficulty, but you have to decide whether being truthful self. They will really want to make sure you're feeling better nowadays. Add a sticker. What one fits this situation? Go with this one. Send. I didn't graduate with my high school class on time, and I feel like a failure. All these years wasted. I also have a juvenile record that constantly weighs down on me, and will close down doors in my life. I want a KMS, but I don't have the courage for that. Why is life so hard? That sentence is very true. But you have to choose your heart. It's hard to stay fit, but it's also hard to deal with weight. It's hard to fight every day to worth. It's harder your internal self. Let's add a new line for this one because this one's important. Joy. Gratefulness. Joy. It's double exclamation like that. Gratefulness. One at the front. Nah, one at the back. Self-worth. Hard to achieve. Easy to maintain. Is it easy? No, it's not. Hard to achieve. I want this line back, unfortunately. Because I need to... Choose your heart. Choose your hearts. Add a sticker. Let's go with this guy. I have several days off in a row, which is polar. But I spent all 3 sleeping in way too late. And the day I got to go in way later than usual. I slept until I needed to get ready at 3:30 PM. I napped today too. I have lupus, so I usually give myself leeway, but... maybe you needed rest. It's always hard to tell. Without things to be done, your list is small. Maybe writing a list the night before will help you get up and start doing things. As it seems, you automatically structure your day in your brain ahead of time. I am almost certain that when things to do, you do them on time. On time. It's just you work. If you don't have anything to do for that time, nothing. At least to your brain, needs done. So no time management needed. Hopefully, pops. Add a sticker. A little cute frog. Considering fully changing my name again. I've gone by my preferred name for about 3 years now, and I still like it, but I don't know. Might just be in my feelings about some right now, and it's making me second guess myself. I feel like I just keep tacking names on myself. Tough one. Let me attempt to tackle this on a mental side. From a what is the name to you? Is near you? Does a name define you? Who are you without a name? You. Still you. Same you, but under a different name. Do you need the right name? The situation. What you might be able to do is have people call you by middle names. You. If the above questions don't aid your mental internal self to question what a name is to you, might be able to do so people call you by your middle names, such as Carol. John. Anything. Anything you would like. You are you. Your name isn't you. This one's a little bit more on the side of it's not an identity crisis, but it's partway there. Let's go with the little bird. It's cute. Why always is my fault? Every time I need to share my things, and when I don't want to share, I'm offended. I don't know to make people respect me more. I apologize for my bad. English. One factor to always keep in mind when you teach people that to you they come first, that they learn that you come second. When you choose to withhold something to share, it's alright. Currently, it might not feel that way, but you might be accustomed to making yourself feel that. So then when it happens, you do. People will respect you more when you show that sometimes you do come first. And that what they want isn't always they get. Or like. Add a sticker. Pathing new ways. Send a boat. I like to talk about my favorite video game and all the inspiration I get from it, but I'm worried that my friends are annoyed by me. I thought they liked it too, and that's why we're friends. It keeps me happy, especially these days, but now I'm worried I'm single-minded. Some people don't enjoy that the... Okay. If your friends friendly to you because of one tether, the game, the game, then they might not enjoy that the only thing you or they can talk to. They might not enjoy that the only thing you talk to them about is that game. Maybe they... as friends. Maybe they want to talk to you about other things. Able to ask them, although a little odd. Well, show your seem a little odd. It will show your interest into their interests, and then you might have more topics to each other about and broaden your friendship. A bit. I hope. Find right path for you. Path. That one's sort of like a friend. Let's go with blobfish. Send. I find I can't attach great importance to my future life. I think everything is normal, so I can face anything, but I can't hope anything. Maybe I lost the life, creativity, and curiosity. I don't know what to do and what I want to be. I always wait for the thing to happen. You live in the moment, which is not a... they had. Maybe start planning of your planning the future of your day. Saying that you might want to go to a cafe tomorrow, and then you do. Or thing for the next day, making sure they get done. It is the long-term future and worries you. Maybe something that your past developed over the years. You can see how things grow. Maybe an old plant. Ooh. Do I? There is no plant sticker. I really need a plant. A plant sticker would be cool. Let's go with a fish. Ooh, my BFF started ghosting me. Always on Discord 24/7. Today we met some new faces, played some game together, and right after, he just left, telling me it's enough. Later, I asked what's up, and he told he was tired, but at the same time, he was playing a high-focus game. Went out on the 24/7 relation. I am not saying you time. Give them the space. Might be best. Wait till they message you or check back in a week. Might be tough, but giving people what they are after or need is sometimes better than stress testing. Hey Betty. Betty. Hi. How are you? Answering some messages. Answering some messages. Let's go with the robot. This one. Hi, stranger. I've known that I'm trans for 10 years now. I transitioned 8 or so years ago, but recently I started experiencing dysphoria for the first time. I don't know. Just want to look cute like other girls, but I feel like I don't. It's silly. Don't worry. Right. So you just be completely normal. I would not recommend things like new makeup myself because you might be unsatisfied with you and make up pictures makes you look unlike yourself. Mirrors. More mirrors. See yourself from all the angles. Become accustomed and maybe flattered. And hit the town with those new self-accepted looks. Great day. I can't help but feel like I have ruined my parents' lives. After I was born, they were stuck with me. Both Mum and Dad had passions that they had to give up to care for me. I wish my dad could have been an artist, and my mum a successful athlete. I just wish they were happy. It is a tough one. I am not a parent, so I don't think I can speak in this situation. A parent might be able to tell that there's a lot more confidence and a lot more success seeing their child do something. But that would be an assumption that I cannot make. You're given a choice to live doing something that you like, but not really a good thing, or doing something that you don't like, but it's good for you and other people. Do you choose? You do something that other people don't like? I guess. It would depend, I guess. Aren't people around you don't like? Is it something more ethically or morally bad? If there are always more options to make friends that suit your hobbies, likes, and values more down the road that suits you better. But when deciding to do things for others or yourself, your satisfaction do you get out of it? Happy to do something that you enjoy are you more happy to see others enjoy it? Let's go fish pants. Sent. See, I know that this is not going to the person that wrote that letter, but to the people out there, think of it like cooking. Do you like eating your cooking and making your cooking? Or do you like to make your cooking and enjoy seeing other people eat it? I really enjoy good food and cooking myself, but I enjoy it even more when I get to see other people have a great time, enjoy the food, and be very grateful and thankful. It makes me feel great. So it depends. Even if I'm not feeling like making food, but seeing someone enjoy it, I get more satisfaction out of that than the dissatisfaction of making the food. Chillest cat I've ever known. He's lived a full and wonderful life. I'm so lucky he chose to chill with us these many, many years. It's time, but still so sad. But don't. Tinus. Is it Tins? It's a tough one. I don't think of it as a black hole of emptiness. It's a hole. Where's your four-legged friend in your circular? It's a small circular box. Memories. Fur. Scratches and pats. Photos and scents. Memories. I always need to get my scent to lose someone you love. Add a stigma. Send. Now it sounds wrong to have an affair when I'm married. I am not answering that question. It's expensive to buy clothes. A weird way to do things. Take a photo of yourself. Your whole body. Nice photo. That's clear. Then have some fun with it. Pop it on a computer or phone and Photoshop new clothing you might like onto it. It's a free way to see what you might, let's put it look like. You can draw tattoos and jewelry. Try on shirts and hairstyles. All in the same location. Can buy one set of new clothes and see how you feel. You person. Feel looking and feel outwardly in those words. Let's sticker. Fish pants. Have to send the fish pants. This one's about quarters. I'm worried that I won't find a job this time. I had one, but my boss had dissolved the business for personal reasons. I already have vacation planned and I don't feel like any job will want me. I'm 20. Never had a job before. Wait. So he had a job, but now he's never had a job. 20. Feel so behind. One great way get a job that can pay fast is go. Get jobs. These are jobs that normally pay per hour or per quantity of things picked. You choose your hours, sometimes even. Hard to find. You look the wrong spots. One-way source. You work and you can immediately anytime you're available. Otherwise, not small. Easy industry to get into, and a starting place for many. Might not be great, but it's a start. Well, no, I mean, it ain't much, but it's hard work. And an energy trick. Give him some energy. I can't choose the life I want to have. That was the meaning and value of my life. I can't choose the life I want to have. How can I put this? Whether you choose it, your life still involves you, and you have value, making your life have value. Like a plant. Some might not want to grow on a window sill. They still bloom. Grow and develop. Still meaning. Choosing the life you want is also limited by age. Limited by many factors. No. Sometimes you try hard for it to open up the choice. Do it. How can I do a little? Think of it like to own a bed, or you can sleep in it. Let's go with the steak. Send. I like hanging with my friends and my family, but more often I dread leaving the house. Still go out, but if I have the choice to stay home, I'll take it, but I feel really guilty about it. Don't know what it is. Because either way, being bored or having fun, I choose the agony. B/W. Because something being bored or having fun, I choose the agony of boredom. Why do I do this? Are they bored staying at home? This sounds like a trait called introversion. You don't have to worry. You don't have to be about having it, but knowing what it is might aid your decisions. This trait means that it's difficult to be around people. You lose mental energy being around others. Even if it's less boring. Feel drained afterward. The opposite is extroversion, where some people gain energy from hanging around people. It's always a tough choice. Send robot. Send. Okay, that one has the F word in. Seeing therapists and such for mental. Okay. No. A binder? I don't know what a binder is. Social interaction. Discord is a great option. You can make friends, join servers of people you don't know, and voice chat almost any time. People on popular/active servers will allow you to always be able to talk with someone or message people. The advantage is that you can join servers that are relative to your hobbies. It's not always just a game. Servers when it comes to Discord. Yeah. Joining based on hobby will give you a starting ground to talk with. Have a great week. Oh, send a sticker. Send this one. Send. Okay, loop back around to the start. Hopefully I've made a lot of people's days a little bit better. This one. Show that one. Show that one. Oh, that one's good. Ah, nice. He's on his bed. Okay. Show that one. Show that one. That one. That one. Oh, it's an astronaut. Show the trouser fish. Nice. So that one's a fully decorated room. I like the blue one though. Okay. Sound. Oh, that's good. That one's also good. Let's go to soft focus though. Okay. Well, thank you very much. For anyone that stopped by. Hopefully you have a great day. If there's anything you want to talk about, message me. Hopefully if you enjoy the way that I reply to some things, maybe I can reply and give suggestions or feedback the same way that I do to these people. Have a good day. Have a good week. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. Be nice to your friends. Be grateful for the things that you have. And be joyful for things such as the rain or the sun. Or fresh coffee. Or a cold coffee. Or pets. Family. All the things you have around you. Options. Availabilities. Money. All that they're lack of. Be happy for discipline. Learning. Development. Catch you guys next time.